Just keep rocking. And we're live, of course. Welcome, everyone, to another hobby hangout with the guys at Dice Sagas. So you got myself, Christian, you got Sarah. You've also got Matt, who should be joining us shortly. We are a little bit delayed just because I had some technical issues with my mic, which might fall again shortly. So if that falls, I'll figure something out. It looks like the stand isn't too sturdy. So Sarah, it's been a long time since, well, not since we've talked, but since we've done a hobby hangout. So what are you working on tonight?
So tonight I'm actually working on something that just came in the post today.
Ooh, what might that be?
My Loon Shrine.
Oh, wow. Obviously constructing it though, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm going to be using it as like, it's the main centerpiece for the Gloomspite Gits army that I've got. But it's also useful as just a piece of terrain for Age of Sigmar or Warcry or something.
That's very cool. Well, mine, I suppose, is not really as exciting as that, to be honest. I've got some light work ahead of me, I think. So it's just basically what I'm going to do is I did a lot of contrast work with my ogres. So I'm not too happy about the skin, to put it bluntly. So I'm going to look to basically just tidy up the skin now with a bit of layer paint and all that jazz. So I've got a good number of ogres just to go through. And then I've also got this guy, Beast.
Oh, Beast.
Yeah, so I just need to start polishing off Beast as well, so which is pretty cool.
Still super jealous of the fact that you've
I got it.
You've got your copy of Marvel X-Men already. I've still got to wait, I think, till next month.
I'm painting these guys.
I know, it's so cool.
Sabretooth got thingy as well, Juggernaut on the go.
You don't realize just how cool the models look until you see them painted.
I know, that's it. They are so good. I'm looking forward to painting Cyclops, to be honest. It's just got such an awesome pose. You've seen it, right?
Have you seen? Because I know you mentioned that you were interested in the Marvel Zombies Kickstarter that's coming out soon. Yeah. Have you seen that they've released a X-Men one where you can play as the heroes?
Yeah.
And Cyclops is a zombie in it.
Yeah, he's holding his head.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
I mean, Cyclops is my favorite X-Men because in the comic book, in the films, they've absolutely massacred Cyclops completely. I mean, they've just trashed him. But in the comics and everything, he's so cool. So, he's by far my favorite X-Men. But yeah, so that just seeing him as a zombie with the holding the head like that is so cool. I like him in every way, shape, or form. And the Night of Zen, thanks for joining.
Yeah, lots have happened since last time.
Oh,
so plenty of stuff to talk about.
Oh yes, definitely. As I say, Night of Zen, what are you working on tonight? Or are you just chilling? Also, as always, just let us know if the music's too high, too low, all that jazz. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've done a stream. It's been about a month. It's over a month, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's about 4 weeks at minimum, I think.
Yeah, and that's it. So I've had obviously, I put in the Discord and stuff. Obviously, some not very nice times recently, personal life and all that stuff. So it's been a bit of a delayed and pushed back. But now we're back live and back doing all the hobbies and painting and cracking on with the good times. So yeah, honestly, I can't wait. Also, Sarah, this is. Oh, just wait. I think I should. Like all those reels that you see where they say like, you spent so much money like on your credit card and all. I haven't, but tell you what. Yeah, so we've got Adam Warlock.
Oh, you did get Adam Warlock.
Yes, but I'm going to do like a little unboxing thing for that as well.
He's actually pretty cool. Like his model's really nice, and his the artworks. He's got a very, very unique ability.
I checked it. I'm excited though. And then this came as well. Wow.
Oh man.
And then
is it the Kickstarter version or the retail one?
Kickstarter's got Gamora in it. Is that right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so got that. Then I've also got...
The Sinister Six one. Yeah, that one is really cool. The miniatures in that are amazing. Mysterio, I think, is probably one of my favorites. Oh my god, you've got everything! You've
pretty
making
much
me
got them
jealous.
all. Yeah, I've pretty much got them all. I've got Spider-Man as well. I've got the big box with all the heroes in it and villains and stuff. I've got the Black Panther one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thanos?
That's the only one I haven't got, Thanos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, that's...
Wait till you get your Infinity Gauntlet.
I know, that's it. Just chilling. I finished Stormcast Mini earlier and I'm relaxing my eyes now. No, don't blame you. Don't blame you. Playing Avengers on the Xbox. Oh, yeah, boy.
It's all about Warhammer and Marvel.
It is, I tell you. And it's so fitting right now. So I have got my Marvel groove on, I tell you. I've got... I was thinking of getting the... obviously, the zombie... Oh, what the hell did you call it? Zombicide Marvel Zombicide. And then, obviously, got all these. Got X-Men and the whole Uncanny expansion stuff, Kickstarter stuff I've got as well. On the way, hopefully. And I know, Sarah, you've got a lot of the stuff on the way to yours. And then I'm also as tempted to get the core set, just to try it out a bit, is the Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah.
Just to give it a go. I mean, because the miniatures look really cool. And if anything, I'd probably get it just for the miniatures. But obviously, we'll see what how the game plays. If it plays well, then awesome.
Yeah, I'm interested in all of the expansions because it's very similar to the Star Wars one, where individual characters are the expansions themselves, rather than a big expansion like the board games and stuff, where you get several miniatures.
Yeah, that's it. So I've been looking for that Marvel game, but can't find it anywhere. Where do you get yours? Well, I'll send you a link.
To send me a link because I want those expansions as well.
All right, okay. Well, you need to be in the know. No, honestly, I'll send you the link. Let's get on my phone. Can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, so I'm going to be looking to do some painting and layer painting, doing beasts. Obviously, I think there you go. So I'm just doing the beastmen and also doing ogres as well, ogres even. Oh man, because I'm looking at selling a few things, as you know, but hopefully I'm not going to destroy the place whilst I'm selling that stuff. I'm looking at getting, because my brother's really into statues and stuff like that. So basically, it's got myself this,
nice.
Which is pretty cool, right? Oh, there you go. Put it in the center. So I like that. That's pretty cool. And I also got. It's going to be easy if I just move the camera. Take you a tour of the room.
You should make that as one of your reels.
I know. Sorry about it. I tell you what, I did not expect this statue to be like this big. We got Morbius as well.
Oh, cool.
So he's such a cool character. If you don't know him, he's a Marvel vampire pretty much. He's got a film coming out soon, actually. But yeah, it's really cool.
Not going to have Blade after him, is he?
Pretty much. Well, obviously not in the film, but in the cartoon, I remember seeing him and remember fondly this episode where it's him and Spider-Man and Blade. It's Spider-Man and Blade.
Yeah, I remember that episode, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good times.
That was the first time I ever heard of Blade. Was in that cartoon.
Yeah, definitely. So let me just sort some stuff out, and I'll put those over to the side. Get some stuff playing in the background. So welcome everyone who's joining. Hope you're having a good evening or morning, whatever time it is where you are. So myself and Sarah's going to be constructing her can't remember what it's called, Sarah. Sorry, but it's something to do with the moon, right? There it is.
Loon Shrine.
Perfect. And I'm going to be doing some layering for my ogre's skin, should I say, and also working on Beast from X-Men as well, which is pretty cool. All right. Matt said he's going to be joining shot on Speak of the Devil. The faceless one is here. Hey, Matt.
I've been summoned.
You have indeed. So, Matt, what are you working on? Let me just do quick.
Me, I'm working on some zombinos today. Hopefully.
Zombies. Ooh, very cool. Oh, there you go. The faceless one has a face. I had to do that very quickly.
I noticed how your face isn't covered up by a logo there.
Unintentional.
I'm actually glad for that. Well done.
It's totally unintentional.
Exactly as planned.
Subliminal.
Oh, dear me.
There are three of us here at
true to our
Dice
brand.
Sagas. Just one really.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an alternate reality on the screen as well. Me and Sarah just phasing in and out of different realities. We're also doing a live stream of what do you call it, Horror Deep as well. Oh man almighty. All right. Time to get cracking on. So, Matt, zombies then.
Aye, what are you guys working on?
See if you can remember what the name of this one.
Oh, a moon shrine. Is that right?
Loon Shrine.
What?
Loon.
Loon.
Loon is in
Loon. Oh,
No,
Loon.
Loon.
Loon shrine. Oh, so I thought it was moon. Oh, man almighty. It's been a while. Yeah, Matt, so I'm working on little Beast from the X-Men, and I'm also working on...
Oh, I thought you were working on Beastmen. That'd be interesting.
Oh, no. Not another army. I'm trying
A
to
new army.
No, not at all. Need to pretty much just polish up what I've got, and then and obviously get rid of a few.
I saw you put your Skaven for sale, huh?
Yeah.
I think before the weekend I'm going to get a big box together and get loads of stuff.
Lot sorted for that as well, yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking at selling my Skaven. It is. I've put it on the obviously in the Discord as well.
All of our videos seem to have gone.
Oh, no, I think it's just Matt. Me and Matt are okay, I think. Sarah, it's just your video. Matt, you can still hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
And I think Sarah's just may have lost connection temporarily.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Happens.
So I have put Skaven, selling Skaven, and I'll probably look to sell my KO as well.
Are you gonna sell your KO? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that'll leave you with, let's see, your Sylvaneth, your Ideneth, and Nighthaunt?
Yeah, Sylvaneth, Ideneth, Nighthaunt, Ogres.
Ogres, right.
Because I'm going to give those another test drive just to see.
Yeah, I think that's worthwhile.
Yeah, because I mean, I've painted them all up as well, but all my army's painted, as you know, but the...
Yeah, stop rubbing it in.
Hey, not through hard work and all. Matt, you need to get out the contrast paints, just blast through it. You're right.
That's what I'm doing for these guys, or for the most part, I think.
How many do you have?
You mean ready, or do you mean
no,
available?
For your army, yeah. Normally, once it's all done.
I think 40. No, wait, hold on. 80.
80. Holy Zeus. Sorry.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. It'll be good, though, I think.
Yeah, it'll be awesome on the table. Not for me, but it'll be awesome.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that they'll be awesome, because I have 80 of them.
Well, I did have I think I got 78 clan rats or something like that. They're not really great, but they got numbers. That's what matters.
I think I might have to invest in some movement trays.
Well, I was going to say, I'll just bring mine. So, to be honest, the only reason why I had them was because of
for your Skaven.
Yeah. So,
I can't see you using them for your ogres.
No.
And even your like other armies, they're not really that hoardy or swarmy.
No, it's when it's had massive like horde armies in obviously previous like Warhammer, should I say fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, now AOS. It's funny. I think it's just the last year or so I'm starting to fade away into. We're going in different directions, Matt. Used to obviously not like horde armies, and now you're starting to obviously get. Now I've got a horde army with zombies, and for me, I'm moving away from that kind of side, and then going on to with ogres and Idoneth and Sylvaneth and so on.
I think in general, I still prefer the small model count armies. Like I would get Beast Claw Raiders if I could, but no, not right now.
No.
But like,
sorry, Matt.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that is then. I'll send you the link to that where I got it from. Paul, welcome to the chat. Sarah is actually was with us. Her laptop just messaged me actually. The laptop's died, won't connect to the router. She's now trying to connect. She's
trying off Twitch.
Yeah, she's rebooting the laptop now.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm sure she'll join us soon enough. How many people do that watching from Twitch anyways? Never actually watched from there.
I don't know. It varies, to be honest, because it's not like we do that often, to be honest, on Twitch. In terms of like as other Twitch kind of users or watchers, should I say? Because I used to, as you know, I used to stream games on Twitch. And
really, I had no idea.
Of course not. So it's more for the chat's benefit, Matt. Just so you know.
Of course.
Benefit of the doubt. But yeah, so obviously that was like 4 or 5 times a week. Where we do it once a week. So it's on Twitch. It's like, not really there for the ratings in that sense.
I don't know. To get like a proper Twitch following, you need to be on there pretty hardcore, don't you?
Yes. Hence why I stopped, because that's not enough time in the day.
I mean, like if you're not doing it like professionally full time, it's not going to really make a living for you.
No. Oh, let's tidy up these boys. So, yeah, Matt. Okay, so you know, I've used the ogres before, obviously only once, and I straight away afterwards, I said I enjoyed the simplicity of them, and I don't know why. I kind of then just didn't use them again.
We haven't really played all that much, really.
Well, not really. We played more Kill Team, Warcry, recently.
Lately, I think.
Yeah, we did the Catacombs and I don't know. Well, we did finish off the campaign as well, didn't we? For Chapter 2.
Chapter 3. Yeah. Speaking of campaign, how do you feel about the campaign so far? I don't think we really talked much since we started it.
Well, no. Well, as you know, there's been like other things on going on and all that stuff. So, but no, I think the campaign's going all right. To be honest, I think we probably could do more in terms of like YouTube and other bits, or like engagement and other stuff. But I think so far the engagement it's pretty cool, and people obviously seem up for it, and obviously doing a bit of role playing as well, which was
that was amazing.
I like that. It took me by surprise as well. It's good.
I think we have like a good core of people playing it or getting involved now, which is nice. Not like a whole lot of people, but like still a good core group, which is really nice.
Yeah. And by the way, anyone in chat as well who's watching or will watch afterwards, if you do want to join in the campaign, what it is, you can participate. It's basically our pocket round campaign. So it's long story short, go to our YouTube and have a look at the pocket realm, and you'll see a whole raft of videos explaining what the pocket realm is about and all that kind of stuff. But long story short, it's its own little pocket realm, as we say, and there's different realms all kind of mixed on one continent, and then basically having wars against each other and stuff like that. And that's to put it very basic. And to participate, you can submit battle reports, you can do hobby. So, and it doesn't necessarily just have to be painting Age of Sigmar either. You could be painting 40k, you could be painting anything, just doing hobby progress. But you have to obviously commit to a side of who you're going to fight for. And at this moment in time, it's between it's war against the Beastmen and the Elves, or Cities of Sigmar more than anything, really.
It's a coalition of people, I think.
It is, yeah.
Everyone loves their elves and nice people, the Order people, the Alliance people. Goody two shoes.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, I mean, that's why I sided a little bit with the Beastmen with my Skaven before they go.
Good on you. Same here a little bit with my Chaos. They're the underdogs. Well, the undergoats. They're the undergoats.
Yeah.
All right. I got this hefty little bunch. That's 30.
Nice.
Still a bit tacky, so I might give it a bit more time to dry. Ooh.
I'm gonna say might as well. Obviously, over the period of time, as you can see by obviously a lot of stuff I've been painting recently. It's a lot of it obviously is the Marvel United stuff as well. I've been just really enjoying some painting superheroes and villains and stuff. It's been a pretty cool change.
It's a nice change of pace, I imagine.
Yeah, that's it. It's just because I mean, I've painted obviously Age of Sigmar for non-stop with the amount of armies as well, and
yeah,
the only thing really I've got left, apart from doing this layering for the skin for the ogres, but is the 3 eels for my Ideneth, and then it's pretty much then it's pretty much all painted.
Wow, then are you like the first person in the history of Warhammer to have like no pile of shame?
Well, I do have a pile, but it's I'm planning on selling rather than, because I've got a few like starter sets that I've just basically not started. And
which ones?
What the hell are they called? Flesh Eater Courts.
Oh, did you get those? I didn't realize.
Yeah, I got those, and I was tempted. So I've like a little horde army of those, and then I was like,
which start collecting box for them?
It's the latest one, so it's not with the zombie dragon or anything.
Oh, is there a new one? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's one with the latest vamp. Can't remember the hell it's called though. I'll show you in a sec. But yeah, it's that one.
So the one from the Broken Realms box with the Arch Regent, is it?
Yeah, Arch Regent. There you go. That's the one. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And it comes with what, like a bunch of ghouls and
crypt horrors and stuff. Yeah.
Crypt horrors. Right. Okay. Yeah, I grabbed the other box, the box with the zombie dragon one, and I plan to turn him into I'm going to use him as the vampire lord on zombie dragon.
Ooh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, it's when it says half tempted to even sell my Night Haunt as well.
Really? Why? They're nice. I like them.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I think it's just time.
I think it's, in my mind at least, I like to have like a variety. So like my Stormcast are my utility knife. They have a little bit of everything, and my Khorne guys are very just straight up brutal melee characters, or melee oriented. Very simplistic, charge in, get dirty, that kind of thing.
That's what I like about the ogres.
My Slaves to Darkness, it's going to be similar to Khorne. They're going to be melee focused, but also there's going to be like magic involved as well, because I think I have a fair amount of magic involved users in the Slaves to Darkness army.
Yeah. And
then my vampire are Hordish, I guess, because I got 80 zombies. 80 zombies, 20 skeletons.
It's got that is hard. If there's no
it's kind of it's a little bit.
That's cool. I mean, I suppose I did have that with the Skaven, but again, they were like a legacy army from Fantasy, and they were never my top tier army to use. It just I had them, so painting them, contrast, load of other stuff, and I was like, "Yay, simple painted army!" Woo! Then I didn't really feel anything for him, so I'm like, nah.
I mean, sometimes I think in this hobby, I mean, if you get to a point where you have too much going on, you got to do like the what was it, Mary Kondo thing, where you have to like look at your armies, which ones work for you, which ones do you enjoy, which ones spark joy in your life.
Exactly that.
Go
That's
with
what
that.
I'm after. Just because I do.
Because I mean, there's no point in shelving an army and not using it ever, because it's just going to sit there collecting dust. So you might as well get room for your other armies, I think.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, it's just like a bit of variety as well, because as you know, I've got a few board games recently and other stuff as well. And it's great because obviously it's stuff that I can play just with like, family as well, as and when, because obviously it's not too strenuous in terms of tactics and other stuff. And it's just obviously making room. It's like Matt as well. I started to get a few statues as well. So I did get this Morbius, should I say? It's got this statue as well.
Morbius. The one from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So basically, I got this recently because I've always loved the character, and obviously,
he was a cool character. I thought he was kind of. I think, if I remember correctly, I remember like a few episodes about him, like way back in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah. That's it.
And he was a cool character, I thought.
Yeah.
He wasn't in it very often though. He had a fun accent.
I mean, I'm actually listening to the audiobook at the moment as well.
Audiobook for him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he had an audiobook.
Neither did I. Well, I've got Audible, so it's obviously it's Amazon, so I'm just gonna basically decide, what stuff like Marvel or comic book or stuff that I've should just listen to in the background kind of thing. And yeah, I found it. I was like, it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's quite dark. It's brutal in other bits. So yeah, it's pretty cool so far. Different as well.
All right, let's get started on this test run.
So folks in chat, just let us know what you're working on. I know Night of Zen is chilling. He is actually playing a bit of Marvel on his Xbox.
Oh, nice.
Which is pretty cool. And then because he's actually just started or finished painting his Stormcast guys as well.
Ah, nice.
And then I'm basically painting my ogres, just doing a bit of layering, and then I'm also going to work on Beast from X-Men Marvel United, which is cool. Such a fun game and easy and quick, and yeah.
I see you have had already a few games underway, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had that. I've had loads because of Jono and basically the family members over Christmas and other stuff. We just had about 7 games in a row.
Nice.
Yeah, they just loved it as well, which is great.
That's the nice thing about board games. It's easier for a lot of other people to get involved in. I mean, our hobby's all right, but at the same time, there's a bit of an entry cost.
Yeah. Nope, looks like Sarah's joined us, and she's back.
Oh my gosh! All I've had today is technical issues.
What's the common denominator there?
What's up? It's got nothing to do with me.
At least you're back and sorted now. It's good.
This is what happens when the bad moon rises.
Chaos.
Wi-Fi drops everywhere.
I think it's a sign.
It's getting close to being a full moon anyways.
Sorry, Matt.
It's almost a full moon now, I think, isn't it?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm going to be running downstairs, kicking it out the window. Oh my god, it's done it again, hasn't it?
What's that?
Well,
He's
we
still
still hear
there,
you.
still hear you.
No, maybe not.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's done it again. It's the curse of the moon. Oh, no, she's back. Hello. But does she know she's back?
I don't know what's going on.
We don't either.
It's all good. How bad? Well, you knew about my technical issue before I dropped the mic.
I'd rather drop the mic than drop the signal.
Yeah. Finished one of my many Stormcasts. Lots more to do yet. I've got my Mortal Realms magazine backlog to clear as well.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's good though. At least you've got plenty still to get on with.
Speaking of the Mortal Realms as well, I picked up some what are they called now? Blade Geist Paradise or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. Is it the ones with
the womenly ones?
Yeah, like the Banshee.
Yeah, the really angry ladies with the blades for hands.
Yeah. Those guys are fun looking. I like them. Kind of remind me of like Edward Scissorhands with like really weird haircuts.
For a while, I've not seen that in a long time.
I'm sorry if my internet
I only
connection
watched
drops
the movie
again,
once.
but yeah, I honestly have no idea what's going on with the Wi-Fi at the minute.
No, it's all good. It's going to be first time back. It's going to be some issues along the line.
Yeah, it happens. All good. All good.
I need to get a new laptop anyway, so if it is my laptop, just doing one more thing.
Just chuck it out.
Yeah.
Drop kick it out the window. All good.
That's what it's going to do. Everything's going to get backed up onto a USB, and then it's just going to get frisbeed out the window.
You could just skip the USB bit. Just frisbee it anyways.
I got some nice pictures on my laptop I want to keep.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are memories?
No.
I mean, honestly, how often do you look at your pictures?
Well, I'll never be able to if I drop kick it out the window.
Fair
Well, there you go. It's funny. I think we live in a generation where we take like the most pictures of everything, but we spend like zero time actually looking back at them most of the time.
Yeah. Very true. I was about to say that's one down. I've actually got a load more to go. Christopher. Hi guys, catching you during the break from moving out of my place. Never realised how many figures I've collected in 30 years. Took up the whole storage bin. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Sorry about that. Oh Lord. Well, thanks for joining anyway, because but if you're moving as well, you managed to jump on. That's brilliant. But yeah, so many miniatures. That's what me and Matt were talking about before. Is the amount of miniatures I've got and the reasons as to why I want to try and do it's a bit of a cleanse kind of thing. And I think Sarah said she's going to sell a few things as well. But yeah, I just want to do a bit of cleanse and help clear the mindset. Instead of having to think, I've got this to play still, I've got this sat on the shelf and not done anything with it.
I think it's been a bit of a COVID thing though, a bit of isolation where you've sat at home and you've just sort of collected and hoarded a lot of stuff.
Well, for me, it's a legacy thing because I had a lot of stuff from Warhammer Fantasy, and I literally just painted up those and put them on bases and all that jazz. But it's just like I should have just sold it really.
I think a lot of people got like a lot of hobbying done during the whole lockdown period. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wasn't working, I'd probably be doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Even when I'm working, I'm still doing it.
Oh, yeah. little concentration face on.
You don't see it, but I do as well.
The faceless one.
The faceless concentration face.
Yes. Man.
I'm finding that a lot of the because I managed to get about four full armies done last year now.
Nice.
I'm starting to go back and work on a lot of the projects that ended up just sitting by the wayside.
Such as?
Where do we start? Like the first one that I've got like my Orc Wyvern that I reposed and rebased on a round base. I need to do him. Then I have I'm trying to do a high quality Savage Orc Big Boss. Then I have a unit of 10, what are they called? I've got 5 heavy intercessors, 3 aggressors, a bunch of space, like literally a massive tray of Space Marines that I've all cut into pieces, sprayed individually, ready for sub-assembly and stuff. They're just all there. And I've also got like a bunch of conversions for some trolls.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to allude to before. Actually, is I'm actually going to try and get at least a Space Marine kill team ready.
I thought you had one already.
I've not. I've got the starter box and all that stuff. Even Necrons as well. I'd love to do that. I've not got it ready. I've painted. I've done 2 tests in ultramarine color, and I'm just gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna get them together and just do at least. So I have Necrons and I suppose so 2 units. Just get those done, and then just give the game a go because I don't know whether it's something I'm gonna enjoy yet. I hope so, because I don't mind like short skirmish games. I think it's pretty cool, but also without playing it, who knows?
Painted miniatures. I have a full unit of 10 Necrons and some. Oh, hang on. There goes my internet again.
You're still here, I think.
Oh, okay. I think it's just my internet just crapping out and the videos and stuff are not showing. Okay. Well, yeah. So I've got like 10 intercessors, a captain, a lieutenant, stuff like that, and I've also got like 10 Necron warriors, some scarabs, some of the heroes and stuff done. So there's enough there for like a fully painted kill team.
Speaking of like, I assume you grabbed the starter box for 40k. Is that right? With all the Necron bits.
I don't.
Who, Christian?
You, sir.
Oh, yeah, I got the Indomitus box and stuff.
Yes, Indomitus. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I have the what was that thing? The Canoptech crawler thing. Is that what it's called? The giant looking spidery thingy.
Yeah.
I
want to. That thing's so cool looking, but what I'm gonna do with it, I want to turn it into like an AOS monster. So I'm gonna turn it into like this something that looks like something from StarCraft. So like a lot of like pussy tendrils coming out of it and all that. But I don't know when I'm gonna do that.
No, that sounds
one
cool.
of those things in a pipe dream. Just all in theory, nothing on paper, nothing actually done with it yet.
Yeah.
No, that's how my project files get started. I'll probably just end up starting doing that annoying thing with the reels as well. Just doing like one a day, just showing people what I've got on my desk, because I think that's a lot easier than taking a picture of it sometimes.
Well, to be honest, it's good for the, as we talked about before, Sarah, it's actually good for the algorithm and stuff as well. So
we must please the algorithm.
we must.
Which algorithm are we talking about now? Oh, is YouTube or Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, if you wanna be real, you gotta do some reels on Instagram.
Oh, those puns.
Get real, do reels.
Mm-hmm.
Get them likes or on your bike.
Christopher, my first army out of 11 is my... Oh, right, my first time out of 11 armies is my Empire army, which is about 20,000 points alone from Old Warhammer. Yes, Old Warhammer. That's a lot.
Well, you see, 20,000 points in Fantasy, though, isn't as much as you think. Because I've got my old the old Dwarf book, and some of the characters in there are like over 500 points each.
Oh, wow.
Really? I remember them being kind of expensive, yeah. But...
Wait, what was the point limit?
Right,
what was like a normal game like points?
I'm just having a quick look. Like just in the back of the book here. So Bugman on his own, he's like 176 points.
That's the book that you got there. That's quite an old edition, that one, isn't it? So I remember a more recent one than that.
Yeah. Like Gotrek and Felix are 477 points.
Yeah.
Mm.
Rune Lord Crag the Grim, who is a single model, is 669 points. That's like Nagash is sat there going like, and people think I'm expensive.
No, I was going to say I do remember. So I'm thinking, obviously, like the later editions, just before the crash.
See, I never got to those ones though. That's why when I came back into AOS in 2nd edition, I had absolutely no idea what was going on and why Black Orcs weren't a thing anymore.
Mm.
Wait, Black Orcs as in like black-colored orcs, or is that a faction?
No,
See, you don't even remember it anymore. That's how long ago it was. So Black Orcs were like a type of orc, but they it was one of these things where the older... I think the older an orcs gets, like the darker their skin gets or something, or I can't remember, but Black Orcs were basically dark-skinned orcs. They were dark green instead of, regular yellowish green.
Were indeed.
And they became the Iron Jaws, because the plastic Ard Boys set is exactly the same as the plastic Black Orc set that was back out in Fantasy.
I remember the metal ones of those.
Yeah, I've actually still got a bunch of those, including your boy Grimgor.
Oh yes, Grimgor and Hyde. I had Grimgor at one point as well, because I had an Orc army at one point. Back in Fantasy days.
I'm curious, Chris, back then, how often did you paint up your armies fully? Did you paint up your armies fully?
I only had one army painted fully.
Oh, which was that?
Which was Dark Elves.
Huh?
Yeah, Dark Elves, that was it.
I'm in the process of painting somebody else's Dark Elf army.
Very cool.
I finished a unit of 10 cold ones with Malice Darkblade.
Oh, Malice Darkblade is such an awesome character.
I didn't even realize it either, but I painted the old version of Marathi. I didn't realize she was on like a Dark Pegasus.
Yeah. Too right. Yeah, the model before that, she was on foot. But they put her on a Pegasus. that Malekith, he could have been on a chariot as well, a cold one.
Yeah, I think there was the Blood Cauldron with him on it, and the Avatar of Cain and stuff.
Yeah, they did have some awesome characters. Well, to be honest, a lot of awesome characters back then. It's something that I wish to do more of now. Special characters. I like the idea of just doing what you want, but a lot of the special characters are just like, well, the ones that stand out to me are always gods. I don't really. Obviously, Idoneth is slightly different in that sense, and obviously there are a few other armies, of course, but ones that always stick out.
Do the Idoneth even have like more than one named character?
No.
They have Volturnos.
No, they do. Yeah, they have the guy who takes down the notes for the souls, the taxman.
No, but as in, like, is he actually a named character?
Yeah. There is an actual. I think in the lore there is. I don't know whether, but in the actual game, Lotus. Yeah, Lotus. Is it Lotus?
Okay.
Am I making up some
Lotan, I think, isn't it?
Lotan, yeah. There you go. Black Orcs is the best.
I was going to say, like with Iron Jaws, they have one name.
Oh, Sarah went out. Oh,
I don't think Bone Splitters don't even have a named character.
Bone Splitters are in a weird place, aren't they? Like, they haven't gotten updated with much of anything.
Well, I don't know. I've been doing pretty damn good with my Bone Splitters.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can do well with them. It's just that they don't get much of any attention from GW.
No, they got Gobsprax Headcrackers or whatever the the Underworld's warband was, but they've not really had any updates. Like, I'm pretty sure that all of the kits that they've got at the minute are old Warhammer Fantasy ones.
Yeah.
Because the mold lines. Oh, the mold lines.
That good, huh?
So much so that there's so many of them on the Ball Boys models, I just gave up.
That's the spirit. I would paint about 3 hours, Christopher. I would paint about 3 hours a day, except during winter, when I would get laid off from work. And in winter, I would paint about 8 hours a day plus commission paints. Oh, that's pretty good going. That.
It's impressive, that.
Yeah, on a day off, and obviously if I'm not doing stuff with family and wife and whatever, then I could easily do about 3-4 hours, I reckon. But with, obviously, yeah, I think 3 or 4 hours I could do. But 8 hours is another story. Not for me.
What's the longest you've ever painted in a single sitting?
In a single sitting? The longest? I would say probably about 4 hours, and that's just purely down to it's either got too late or doing something else afterwards.
Yeah, probably about 4-ish hours for me as well.
How's about you, Sarah?
Mine was 8 hours.
8 hours.
Well done.
And that was from 10 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
That's got to be for a tournament or something, right?
Well, it was for, like, at the beginning of the year, there was like a thing for heavy metal apprentice, and I wanted to paint a couple of models from the Indomitus box for the portfolio thing. And yeah, I basically stayed up all night long getting this one model finished so that I could add it to the portfolio and send it with the CV.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, if you don't, yeah, that's good going though.
But the work that I put into it, it is actually one of my highest liked models on Instagram.
Which one's this?
The Primera Shield Captain.
Really like that that model. It's so nice.
My favorite bit about him is that open helm where you can still see like the he's got the mask on, but he's got like the visor flicked up.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that is if you can paint his eyes. I couldn't. I don't think I could paint that small.
That's why I got those little weird magnifying glasses, and that was the first model that I painted with them. And I'm so happy with how the eyes came out in that one.
I like
Worth
that.
buying?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like the ones that I got were only like a tenner. I just got them from like a DIY store.
It's not bad.
Only named Mini in my army was Karl Franz. Most of it was foot troops and knights and a few artillery.
Most important named mini.
What was it?
That's the most important named mini.
Oh, I don't know. Because for me, I loved Threat of the Empire. I loved Luther Huss as well. And Balthasar Gelt. And before that, I can't remember his name now, though. The guy with basically before Balthasar Gelt, the Supreme Wizard chap was the guy who did basically was like a fire guy, pretty much fire mage, and I can't remember for the life of me what his name was now. Oh, that's so many years ago. That Balthasar Gelt beat him and became the Supreme Sorcerer Wizard. Jazz. I wish they had contrast paints back then. I know. To be honest, would have done so much more with that. Or army painting, anyway. Do you guys use contrast paints much then? Because you know I do, but what about you guys?
Using some right now.
That's because zombified, isn't it? Is yours more just like a... Obviously, you got a purpose now to use it more so. Or do you use it in other miniatures as well?
Actually, I do use it quite a lot, actually, for basing mostly. For like getting the base color down, and then I can work with it afterwards. Otherwise, I sometimes use it to tint. Like if I have like what I've been doing recently with like a lot of leather bits. If I want like a reddish leather, if I spray it black and then go over it with like Flesh Tearers red, it turns into a nice like deep leather red.
Oh, okay.
So it's a nice little, shortcut.
Nice.
I do use it as well for making certain things very, very quick to paint.
Yeah.
It speeds up the whole process. And like for certain areas, like certain bits, certain areas, and certain details, where you don't need to focus too much, I think it just makes it easier to go over.
Yeah, I've just used it far too much because like now I'm starting to do layers again. And other stuff. I'm just like, I actually do miss it. I do miss the outcome of it because in a way, because I was just going for pure speed and just getting stuff done. Like I was saying about the Skaven, and just because they needed painting, I had them, so let's just get cracking on. And yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't mind the outcome of it. It was good, but it's just taking your time and other stuff is also getting.
It's like the instant gratification that you get out of it.
Yeah,
it's like taking a Polaroid picture rather than fully developing a picture. If that makes sense.
We'll go with it.
Now you've got smartphones for that. You don't even need your...
This is true.
I do kind of miss that though, because depending on what the quality of your camera is and what resolution you take the picture in, even if you try and get it printed, sometimes it can still come out pixelated.
Yeah.
That was one of the cool things about cameras and stuff. When you didn't have the screen to show you what you'd taken a picture of, you just literally had to leave it up to chance that the picture you had taken was actually good.
Back then, you didn't
took
get like
pictures.
pixelated pictures from your pictures. It was just if it was blurry or not, perhaps. But you still have the viewfinder or the rangefinder thing, and that helped out a little bit because basically what you saw was what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Generally,
I never took pictures until
I love taking
last few
pictures.
years ago. What was that, sir?
I said I always love taking pictures, regardless of wherever I am. I'm always stopping to just take a picture of like a sunset or of a nice building or something like that.
Yeah, I got to admit, I've done that a few times with, like in the city centre, Manchester, that is, and say walking and see the sun setting or something. It's just like, oh, perfect, bang. Done that a few times, but obviously when the tram comes down, you have to kind of move. So. That's 2 ogres.
ooh,
Done. Time to crack out the coke, I think.
oh, I thought you were gonna do a line.
As long as you can hear that noise, that'll be alright. Oh yes, that hit the spot. Right. I know the guy before Gelt was a fire wizard named, I forgot, Gelt was a joke, but do have him in my collection now. Yeah, Gelt, to be honest, I didn't mind Gelt. I really didn't. It's just I just think the fire guy had a lot more personality to him because obviously he was just like, I remember the battle that they had and he was obviously a fire full of rage and everything, but I think the Gelt was obviously metal and all that stuff, so he's very cold, calm, collected. I don't know, it just seemed a bit dull to an extent as a character. I think I'm going to move on to Beastman or Beast. Beastman. Beast.
Sounds like you really want to start that Beastman army.
Well, if someone's willing to just donate an army, then yeah, sure. That'd be pretty cool.
If you want to try out some Beastmen, we can always start having a go at Warhammer Underworlds.
That's it. To be honest, that's another thing. Get going. We need to get cracking on with a game of that as well.
I think, like you were saying via like instant messaging and stuff before about the aliens thing, maybe start with the Underworlds one and get that started, because that's a game that we can easily just play a game of easy because of what's it called, Rivals format and stuff now.
Right.
It's so easy to just, you don't need to make a deck.
No deck building,
which warband do you want to play?
Yeah, that sounds cool. I've actually got I think I got 2 actually. Yeah, no, I've got 2 kill. I can say kill team. Underworld warbands. I've got the Sylvaneth one, and I've also got Fire Slayer one. Fire Slayer one's still in the box though. But I know Sarah, you've got them all anyway, so
yes,
catch them all.
And there's a new one coming on pre-order this weekend.
Oh, is there? Which one?
The Ogre Pirate.
Oh. Arr. It's basically just the ogre and then like a bunch of like animal companions, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an ogre with a with like a blunderbuss thing, and you know the best thing out of everything, the monkey with a knife,
Nice.
and a parrot and 2 Noblars.
Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna have a look at that. No, I can think it, but I'm just gonna have a look to see what the is it actually. It's not like for pre-order or anything, is it? It's not actually out yet.
It's not out yet. No, it's it comes on pre-order this weekend.
They actually have the Beastgrave one, don't they? The Hunter guy. That's out already. Oh yeah, I can see the one, the Harrow Deep one. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And he's got a monkey. He's got 2 grots. I think they're called grots, and then the little birdie parrot thing. But he does look cool.
Very large looking miniature as well.
I mean, he's an ogre. He kind of has to be, doesn't he?
I'm surprised that they even put Moloch in there, considering he's a dank old Troggoth.
But you're surprised about him being so big or so small?
That they made him a character with him being a dank old Troggoth, because with the size of the base and stuff, I would have expected like a river troll or a rock gut. But no, take the largest miniature, make a smaller version of it, and then slap it in the game.
Why not?
I can't wait to see Sons of Behemoth coming into the game. I am wondering if they'll do like the the Drake Guard, is it? From the Stormcast? Whether they'll do like a Dragon Rider or like with like a Dragon Whelp or something like that.
I don't know, because I mean, like Underworlds is kind of a limited board size, isn't it? And I don't see what the point of having like a Dragon Rider, but with a dragon that he can't ride.
It could just be a small one.
It's a dragon. Goes anywhere.
How to Train Your Dragon, Stormcast Edition.
Yeah. Yep. That's how we do
I
it.
actually saw it. Went to Just Play the other weekend, and there was somebody who had the entire Storm Drake army, and oh my god, does it look good on the board?
Oh yeah.
Probably doesn't look so good on the bank statement.
Nah. I mean, it's another one of those armies though, where like with Sons of Behemoth and stuff, it's a very, very small army, but expensive models.
Yeah.
I wonder if Games Workshop have like a minimum spending amount that they expect for an army to be viable. Because even Sons of Behemoth, I think if you've got like 4 of the giants, that's still like what, 400, 500 pounds? If you were to buy them with GW prices.
How much is it for one? It's like, I thought it was like 120 or something. Is it, or is it cheaper?
Yeah, but you can get 4 of them in an army.
Yeah. No, it's only about just like how much the actual like value money wise is the.
Yeah, I think it's 400, 120, 125, something like that. So you're still looking at like 480, 500 pounds just for that army, and that's not including the army book.
Jeepers. Jeepers, creepers. Where'd you get those people? Yeah, I was going to say Beastman Army. Actually, I don't actually mind if I had one. It's just a case of the models again. Some of them are like the Bestigors, I think they're called. They're quite
dated. Yeah.
And now the Centaurs, I think they're quite Centaurs. I think they're quite like dated as well. It's like Lizardman Army. I'd absolutely love an actual full-on like Lizardman Army, or not Lizardman, Seraphon Army, but I just can't do it. I mean, a Slam Age Priest look badass. Croak looks so good. The Dinos look great, but the Cold ones look meh. The Saurus Warriors could look so much more like dynamic and better and cool. And the Skinks and stuff. It's just, yeah, I think it's one reason. Well, it's one of the main reasons as well that everyone ventured into Dinos, because Dinos were my very first army, and I love Slam Age Priests. Dinosaurs, who doesn't like it? But it's just the models. I just can't do it.
But Dinos is actually a pretty good army list at the minute, though, for Lizardmen.
What to say? They're good. Oh.
Yeah.
Meta-wise, I think so. They've been quite strong for the last 2 editions, haven't they?
They've all got a monster keyword as well, so it benefits with all of the new stuff.
No, yeah, true.
And I can't remember if I'm remembering it right or not, but I'm pretty sure that there's a battalion that they can take, which is all monsters or behemoths.
Yeah, I think it's like all the, what are those things? Engine of the Gods or something? Or
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. That's the noise it makes when you come out on the board.
That's what the iconic line that Kragnos heard when he said, like, "I've defeated all the drakes," and then Lizardmen went, "But life finds a way." That must have really annoyed Kragnos, though, when he came out of his hibernation or whatever it is from inside the mountain. So this is what a world without drakes is like. And then Lizardmen were like,
fly above.
"Well, guess what we've been doing whilst you've been sleeping, Kragnos?"
So, speaking of AOS and all that stuff, what about the... Pardon me, because I've been kind of out the loop and haven't had a game for a while, but any new rules and all that stuff, like point-wise and all that? Has been much change, or...?
It's just been going up and up.
All points?
Well, the points changes that I've seen, the majority of them, like 9 out of 10 of the points changes are reductions. There's not a lot of huge point hikes or anything.
Okay.
I think Stormcast have been getting a lot of hikes, but mostly for the dragons and the drakes.
Yeah, but I think people knew that they were coming anyway because they already sort of announced it.
Yeah, I need to check out my armies. See what
I know my what are they called now? Fanatics, they went down like 20 points each. So I've put like 3 units of them in my army, and when I recosted it after the points changes, I could put an entire other loon boss into the list.
It's always handy. So that's one of the issues for me, because if like when they decrease points and I'm like, oh, I've got a 2k point army, like near enough just stretching, and then they reduce the points. I'm like, oh, I don't anymore. I have to go and buy more, and then obviously this is with an army that I've not painted for like a year. What color scheme did he use for it? I don't know. No, meaning like the techniques and stuff. Because obviously with my armies, they're very... I don't have like, 3,000 points or anything. The most... I have a lot of armies, but like most like 1,005 or 2 max. So also with reduced points, let's go out and purchase a few more things.
Games Workshop are rubbing their hands as you're coming back.
Yeah.
We thought we'd see you again, Christian.
I was going to say when I went into store, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to buy paints. So I was just obviously painting the Marvel stuff. But then, to be honest though, Storm Manager, obviously you know who he is, but Ochikali is very cool. He's just obviously started actually looking into it himself as well.
Tell you what, this Loom Shrine's got a lot of mushrooms on it.
Oh, I mean, that's like the name of the game for the gloom spit or gloom spike.
The gloom spits.
That name just throws me off every time.
The Night Goblins.
Yeah, that'll do it. Night Goblins.
It's like when someone corrects you if you use the word dwarfs and they say dwarden, and it's like, look, we've lived through Warhammer Fantasy. I'm allowed to call them dwarfs.
Yeah.
This is a troll. It's not a Troggoth.
An orc, not an orc.
Yeah, potato.
Potato, tomato.
In all honesty, I do try to correct myself. So. Getting with the times.
Oh yeah, I'll always phase in and out of the different ones. So like I've got a bunch of dwarfs that I did this with, and yeah, like I love the other dwarven models and stuff.
A second ago when I said lizardmen as well. I was like, oop, nope, Seraphon.
Yeah, don't you mean the Seraphon?
Yeah, but I did correct myself like towards the end. But yes, of course, Seraphon. How dare I?
That's why you can't have the lizardmen. Disrespecting their ancestors.
So we're all in that concentration mode.
I know.
I'm doing hair, so yeah.
I'm
trying to concentrate a little bit.
Yeah.
You're doing eyes? Well done, you. I hate doing eyes.
Yeah, me too. I'm the biggest fan.
It's again why I kind of like painting orcs with speed painting and stuff, because they just have red eyes, so just a little dot of red. And off you go.
So I hear a lot from people is like, is this character slightly magical in any way? Yep, glowing eyes.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just working on him at the moment, Beast. So, I need to do his eyeballs.
I honestly can't wait until all the extra bits come, and then we can play like a big game, a big team game.
Do you mean the Marvel stuff?
Yeah.
The villain, playing as villains or against them and all that stuff, it's just fun as well. Yeah, I've only played against Magneto once as well, and it was very, very, very close. Like basically the last turn, and we managed to clinch it, but then obviously Jono, you know Jono, he, what do you call it? He was, what's it now? The Time Master, is it Khan? I can't remember his name. Kang, I think it might have been. And yeah, and he was just teleporting here, there, and everywhere, and it was just like such a pain. But then again, we didn't really. It depends on the players and everything as well, because Jono was like being quite competitive and in terms of getting all of his stuff out and make sure basically ruthless.
Jono being competitive, unheard of.
Unheard of, right?
He made me so angry in that game of Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium, no. I was in stitches afterwards because I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, straight away I was like, oh, that wound me up a bit as well. So it kind of screwed us both over a bit.
I had in my hand as well a card that says veto the current thing and then go to the next one. So whatever it was that I should have known that regardless of what I did, they probably had some kind of backup plan to make it so that their actions went through.
Night of Zen. The funniest one is putting an elf and putting on a front. Oh, sorry, I can't even speak. Hold on. The funniest one is putting
an A in front of an elf. Elf.
Right, there you go. Thank you, Matt. It tells you I need some bloody sleep. Dear Lord. So I was like, what? Oh man. It's a pity that this is diet. It's got no sugar in it. It's not even going to keep me awake. No, it's true though. That is true. First time I saw that, I thought it was a typo. Yeah, not great.
I think the other one is like the Eldari.
Then they changed the Dark Eldar name and all that stuff, right?
Well, they changed as in like they put an A in front of it. Yes.
No, I mean
what do they call that change?
Dark Eldar.
Yeah, the Dark Eldar they changed to the Drakari. The Eldar they changed to the Eldari. The whole species of elves they changed to the Inari.
Right.
It's like with the Luminati. I still call them high elves.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Pardon me. I was going to say, do you know the reason behind that for the 40k stuff?
Why?
The name change.
Do you know, or are you asking me?
I'm asking you, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no, I have no idea. It changed way before I got back into it.
No, right.
I got into 40k after Dark Imperium, which I think was 8th edition.
All right.
So yeah, I've no idea. Although I did collect a little bit of 40k back when the Tau was a brand new race.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah.
I used to have some of the metal Vespids.
And the same molds. They desperately need updates in those miniatures. Pardon me.
Well, they probably will be doing some because after the Eldar have had all of their new miniatures come out, they'll probably do some more for Tau. Because especially like Kroot and Vespids and stuff like that, they're in the Codex, but they're really, really old models. And I'm pretty sure that the Vespids, if you can get them, and same with the Kroot, they're all fine cast.
Really? Even the Kroot, probably that is it. Crutox or Grotox or whatever it's called. I know.
Yeah, the Crutox and stuff like that. They're all fine cast. I think it's only the Kroot mercenaries, which are in plastic.
Yeah.
Have you guys worked with fine cast before at all?
No, I hate fine cast. The Night of Zen. I think it was because they weren't allowed to copyright Eldar. Same reason why they changed Tau to Tau.
Wait, were they called something different from Tau before?
They didn't have the apostrophe.
Yeah, they didn't have to. Yeah.
Wait, it's an apostrophe now?
Yeah, it's the Tau.
Yeah.
Really? I had no idea.
Because I think Taoism and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that's the thing.
Well, Taoism it is, but it's not even close to being spelled that way, though.
Yes, Space Marines. Yeah, there's plenty of people who use Space Marines way before Games Workshop was the thing, so there's no way anyone would let them have it.
I mean, like I remember there was one story of a lady that like published a book with Space Marines in it, and it was like just like a generic sci-fi. Someone publishing on Amazon, and GW kicked up a fuss about it. They couldn't do anything with it.
Like it. That's good, though.
Thanks.
Right, let's do the tongue. Oh yeah, in fact, totally off topic, but the film watched last night was Naked Gun.
Oh, I was going to watch that today, but I watched Drop Dead Fred instead.
All right. Oh, because I ain't seen that in years, and then it's just so funny.
Leslie Nielsen is absolute gold.
Yeah. No, I've been watched guys the first time that Josh's mum, obviously my wife's, well, basically mother-in-law, the first time she's seen the Naked Gun as well. Oh, she's in stitch of laughing as well. It's great. I love that when you introduce films to people that haven't seen them, and just like, especially like when they're, not classics per se, but everything. Yeah, like another one was even with Jo actually, with her in Ghostbusters. She's never really seen the obviously Ghostbusters at all.
Oh really? Wow.
Like, we've got to do that. So obviously we watched them, and then we went to watch the latest one at the movies as well.
See, I've not seen that one yet. I watched a review and stuff like that of it, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to watch it until it comes out on like Blu-ray or something like that.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Pardon?
My issue with it was that there was two things that I didn't want them to do with the movie, and when I heard a review of the movie, they did the two things that I didn't want them to do.
What were those two things?
Well, I kind of think one of them might be a spoiler. But the first one is an almost carbon copy of the original Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah. No, I get that. To an extent, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. There were definitely aspects of that for sure. Come on. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
What's your ogre skin?
Well, the ogre skin. I've done 2 guys, and then working on beasts from Marvel United. But yeah, I'm happy with the ogre skin as well.
Ah, beast.
But yeah, made them a lot better.
Are you painting beasts? Are you painting your Marvel guys with contrast or normal paints?
Yeah, bit of both. Yeah, been mixing it up. Mate. God, I haven't watched Naked Gun in ages. It's so funny. Is this some kind of? Honestly, if you haven't watched it in that long, just watch it again. I mean, at the time, watched it in years, and then I was just laughing all the way through. It's just so good. But this was actually obviously before the stream. I started watching the second one as well.
Oh, is that on? Is that one on Netflix as well?
No, unfortunately, it's got it from Prime.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm not happy about the nose though. Let's get a wee bit of blue. Blau. Yeah, I've noticed that because over the time of painting these Marvel guys, that I started off with Captain America, started working my way through, but then as I started working my way through, I was realizing I was getting better again. Oh, you assembled it! Whee! Awesome. So is that fully done now? Yeah.
That is fully done. Yep. So.
Good timing.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got 20 more grots to put together. And then that is an entire 2,000 point army that I'm ready to start painting.
Wow.
Very cool. If you want to paint any eels, I can send them your way.
In the spirit of Naked Gun, you should call one of the riders Leslie Eilson.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Well done.
Okay, that's that guy. Well, not even. Well, I still need to do his base, but he's getting there. It's good stuff. But yeah, as I was saying, though, I was painting the Marvel guys, and I realized as I started to go through more and more, I was getting better and better because I hadn't painted for about a month or so, and then obviously I haven't painted not using contrast for a while. So then I was like, oh, and then so recently I have gone back to the ones I painted, and then just touched them up a bit.
It's not bad. Yeah, I think contrast you can do a lot of the grunt work really, really quickly, and then you just pick up some of the details, and it looks great.
Yeah, this battle report that's on the screen right now, weren't a big fan.
Which one's this?
One where I got my ass kicked by you.
Oh, it was alright.
I enjoyed the thematics with it. When all the Skaven were surrounding your, can't remember that character's.
Riza, yeah, that was fun. It was a long last stand.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
To be fair, it was about the same as that one time I was fighting your Banshee. I just could not hit or anything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Same level of frustration.
No, that was actually, I was in stitches with that one. That was really cool though, very thematic because Banshee was just flying around and screaming and then just surviving, and then the Guardian of Souls pulled her back. It was pretty cool.
Yep. Didn't even get a chance to kill her.
Nope.
So annoying.
Oh man. Okay. time to do the base.
I'm still waiting to try out the is it called the Crowgrass Cruciator or something like that? The that new Nighthaunt one, because I absolutely love him. He's one of my favorites Nighthaunt characters now because of that ability to buff the ward save on Nighthaunt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if he's got a ranged attack, and if you inflict any wounds with it, all Nighthaunt within, I think, wholly within 12 inches of him end up getting +1 to their ward save, or it's the ward save from their ability. And now that Nagash has been made an official War Master for Death instead of just for Soulblight, he's also got a command that he can issue to all death units around him that increases their ward save by +1. So potentially with Nighthaunt, you've got the 4+ unmodifiable saves with then a 4+ ward save afterwards, and then you can bring back models that die.
Oh damn! Sounds good, but
you'd be able to stack the.
That's going to be a hell of a point, though. Army, to have Nagash in it as well, because Nagash is still like very pricey, right?
I actually put together a 1-drop army of Nighthaunt, which had 30. It had Nagash in it, 30 chain gas, 1 in a unit of 10. 40 chain gas, 2 units of 10, and 1 unit of 20. 2 units of 10 blade gas Harridans. And the Crowgrass Cruciator, and I think 2 Guardians of Souls, and that makes, and I think with Emerald Life Swarm as well, that brings you to 1,960 points.
Surely the Emerald Life Swarm would kill the undead.
Brings them back to life. These are dead insects bringing back dead people.
Yeah, but like the opposite of, I
will bring you back to life.
Fantasy.
Oh no!
Final Fantasy. You cast life on undead, they die.
Yeah, but what happens if it's a dead undead?
Wait, what?
Exactly what happens when you kill the undead. Well, they become dead then, don't they? And then you have to bring them back to life for them to become undead again.
That means they're double dead. So, I mean, technically you need 2 Emerald Life Swarms to undead the dead that are dead.
Well, now you're just complicating things.
Alright, I'll do the ruling on this one. It's all made up, so do what you want.
The Nighthaunt Uno reverse card. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to doing a Nagash army now with Nighthaunt, because I was going to get him at first, but then when they had made the rules look really weird for War Masters, where only Soulblight could use him, then I wasn't interested. But then now they've decided to put him back into all the different armies.
Which makes sense.
And they've kind of done the same to Archaon as well, which is a bit of a nerf for him, because now he can't use the allegiance abilities of like Blades of Khorne or Disciples of Tzeentch or anything like that.
To be fair, I think it was a bit of a necessary thing to balance him out when he was under Tzeentch.
Well, not only that, but Blades of Khorne allowing him to fight in the hero phase or twice in the battle phase.
I suppose so.
And then you can also do, I think, his command ability. I don't know, was it a command ability? I think it might have been, where he picks himself as the target of his own command ability, and if he dies during the combat phase, he gets to fight before he gets removed.
Yeah.
So you can fight in the hero phase with him, then you could fight in the combat phase, then if he dies in the combat phase, he fights again. And I don't know of very many units that could survive 3 rounds of attacks from Archaon.
Gotrek could, possibly.
I suppose.
I've got him, and we just need to pay him up. I'm going to take him everywhere with me.
I've not painted him yet. I need to paint him up so I can have him running around with my Stormcast as well.
An army that I might paint up eventually down the line, that I already have, is the Dwarf or Dwarden, the cities one. Obviously the old one. So I've got hammers, I've got, I need to buy more Ironbreakers though. But yeah, I think so. I just like the appearance of them. I think they're cool.
They're old models, but they hold up, I think.
Yeah.
Now, what you need to do, you need to get all the original all the 1995 plastic dwarfs and base those on round bases.
I was going to say, I can't remember which ones the Dwarf Warriors, because at one point they did remove them, didn't they? And then
they're called, I think they're called Klansmen now.
Oh, they backed them, yeah?
I think.
Klansmen.
Do
they wear big white hoods?
No, that's the Chaos Dwarfs you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold back on these jokes.
No, I was awkward silence.
It's not what we want Dice Sagas to be known for.
Oh, not.
So I'm just having a look, see what they've got here. So they've got the Hammerers, Iron Drakes, Iron Breakers, Longbeards, Quarrelers. That's what they're called.
Quarrelers.
Yeah, sounds pretty dwarfy.
Oh no, they're a different one. No, they are warriors.
Quarrelers with crossbows.
Yeah, the Quarrelers are like, is it a rifle or something?
I think the Quarrelers are just the crossbows.
Yeah, crossbows and axes. Yeah. So they're the AOS version of like Bugman's Rangers. Okay. And then you've got the Thunderers, which are the rifles.
Yep.
Oh, there's Miners as well.
Oh, Miners are back.
From the looks of it, are they ones that you can make from a different kit?
Miners, I think it used to be a standalone one.
Yeah, the banner looks very similar to another one that's on here for the Thunderers.
Yeah, from the Thunderer kit, I think you'd either made Quarrelers or Thunderers, I think, from memory.
The Rune Lord and Anvil of Doom just doesn't look the same as it used to. I like the Anvil of Doom that was on wheels.
Yeah, I still don't mind it. That's wanting to bring back Ulrich Renolfsson, the guy who's carried on the shield.
Yeah.
That's a great model.
Yeah.
I didn't play Fantasy, but I still know about that model. That's a great one. Yeah. Okay. I will be right back. I'm going to grab one more paint color.
Cool. Yeah, Sarah, as I was saying before, though, I'm going to look to do some of those. I've been a lot more of the streaming new on Instagram as well. Just like the average gamers and stuff like that. Just like board games, should I say. It's like like some solo games and other bits as well. Nice. Whoever Stormcast on your screen did the same color as I did. Yeah, they were Matt's Stormcast. Yeah, he did a good job with those. I won't tell him that. He's been told too many times by me. Try to butter him up for a game. Your models are pretty. Don't attack me. Don't know why it sounded like Kermit the Frog then, but... Tell you what, the amount of at least Sarah, you're showing your face. So this is another thing we need to get, is like something where I can prop it up a bit more. You know, because before, normally, you know, if it's just us two streaming, normally I do like have another camera, say my good side or whatever, so at least you can see what else I'm doing as well. So I do need to set up, get my phone set up and all that stuff again. But I thought it was a bit of a stretch too far with the first stream back for 2022.
Excuse me.
Alejandro.
Ooh, Alejandro. I was wondering where our regular was here.
Yeah, he just showed up. He deigned us with his presence. Hope all is well with yourself. Pardon me.
Oh, you missed the A off of elf.
Oh, sorry?
Missed the A off the elf.
All right.
A off.
A off.
Just gotta say it with a really heavy American, like Southern American accent. Not Southern American. South of the States accent. Damn elves are all over the place.
Yeah, Alejandro, I think you might need to check something called an ego.
That's like almost as much as like Age of Nagash's intro.
I know. Yeah.
Blessed be we.
Yeah, it's actually speaking with Age of Nagash as well, not too long ago, a few days ago. Sorry about that. A bit of a box closing. But yeah, so speaking with him, and he's telling us about his channel and what he's thinking of doing with it, and it's all on his channel anyway. But he's kind of diverting away from. He's still going to do bits, obviously, of a lot of the army comparisons and stuff that he does normally, and bits of lore and other stuff. But he's also doing a lot more because, again, just time that he has is that to obviously change it up a bit and stuff that he's really interested in doing. So he's doing some like actual hobby activity. So he's looking to do like the narrative kind of side, similar to what you did, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
But then he realized that he didn't have time. I think he started up and realized Yeah, it takes a lot of time to get it kind of done. And he's like, yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he's basically took a step back from that, and he's doing like some painting and other stuff, like painting tutorials and other bits. So he's just done one for a squig. I think that was his latest video. So yeah, so he's changed it up a bit as well.
Fair enough. I think you just need to diversify sometimes.
No, you do, yeah. Just adapt to circumstances and everything as well. Life is forever in motion.
Yeah, I always put a lot of things to one side thinking, I'm going to get to do these, I'm going to get to do these, I'm going to do these by the weekend. And then I get so tired that I'm like, I can do those another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
just gotta go with the flow with life.
Yeah. Pile of collection of all the miniatures and everything. Pardon me.
Tell me, Chris, which contrast paint do you think you go through the quickest?
Probably depends on the army, to be honest with me, but I'd say the one I've used throughout most armies is the Basilicanum Grey.
That's just the one I was thinking about right now, because I think I've gone through 2 pots of these already. And I don't even use contrast that often.
It's normal oil version 2.0.
Yeah.
It kind of is, yeah.
Hey, it's been a while since I announced myself in one of these streams. I need to get my ego out of my chest.
That's very true.
It's 100% necessary.
I want to add to that resume, just say you're the War Master of the Great Herd.
That's very true. Yeah, Alejandro, it's been a while since we've actually done one of these streams. I can't remember. I think it's about a month since we last did one. We're going to look to try and do
more than a month.
Huh?
Feels like it's been more than a month, I think.
It probably has. Time's kind of gone here, there, and everywhere, to be honest. I know we're going to try to get these up, back up and running again.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be cool. It's just great as well, because it's like a dedicated time slot for like just painting. Well, normally I don't get much painting done, but this stream I've actually done at least a bit. So, because normally I'm just waffling. So,
yeah, I'm quite surprised you've done so much so far.
I know. Shocking.
New year, new Chris.
Yeah. Ill Chris. Well, ill Matt as well, I believe. But
not too bad.
No. That's why I've just got so much. Yeah, I'm gonna say we've got 2 cups of water. Just finished off the Coke. It's got Pepsi even. Pardon me. So now the beast is drying. I am moving back onto the ogres. Ogres.
So here's the thing that has been causing a little bit of a stir online as well with Warhammer 40k. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to it. I don't know if you're not into 40k yet. The whole thing with Warhammer 40k seasons, where they're going to be changing like the match play stuff every 6 months.
What? What do you mean by changes? In like,
as in new battlegrounds, new secondary missions,
so is this
point update, rule changes.
It sounds kind of reminiscent of like, you know, what you would see in like a yearly General's Handbook. From what I only know of AOS, so I'm sorry if there's a better comparison.
Well, it was a yearly one because they had I can't remember what it's called now. Chapter approved. That was the 40k one that kind of came out on sort of like an alternate 6 month one, whereas like I think that one came out in July, usually every year. But now it looks as if they're wanting to change it every 6 months because 40k at the minute is a little bit messy, as in it's becoming way too convoluted, and every single book just seems to be more OP than the last one. Like, I don't know if you've seen any of the Tau stuff.
I've heard things. Drones have heard things.
Yeah, drones have 2 wounds, whilst Chaos Warriors, Chaos Marines still only have 1.
Drones pretty strong. Pretty strong drones.
Yeah. And I'm not going to complain though, because I like the Tau. Go Tau!
Like, I've argued in favor of this thing, where it's like people have been going, oh my god, like the rail guns and stuff like that, ignore invulnerable saves, they're at -6 AP, strength 12, they inflict 3 mortal wounds, and then have a damage 6 plus D3. And they've now just shown the plasma gun that's on the big. It's not the Riptide; it's the thing that's bigger than that, and it has like a strength 16, which even when it's shooting tanks is a 2 to wound, -4 AP and damage 12.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's a big gun.
Yeah, it's a big gun. But like people are complaining, saying, "Oh my god, these guns are so stupid. These guns are so stupid." But it's like Tau have no psychic. Tau have very little combat. The one thing they're good at is shooting. So it's
like
almost
KO,
as if it's almost as if
excel.
Yeah, they're making up for what they lack in maybe 2 of the other phases in the game. They're almost doing twice the normal output during the shooting phase.
Yeah. I get it.
You gotta compensate somewhere, right?
And although at the minute, Tau can Overwatch for free, and you can do that for the greater good, where every unit that's within range around the unit that's getting charged can also shoot into combat. And now I think Tau battle shoots can also choose to shoot into combat. They do a lot of shooting, so even getting into combat with them and locking them in combat is not going to stop the battle suits from being able to shoot you. Right. Because again, that's removing a big portion of what the Tau is good at. So it's still going to be difficult for some armies to deal with a single shot from a railgun eliminating a tank. But that's why I like the Death Guard, because they have the -1 damage, so even from both of those things, it still takes 2 shots to kill a Plague Burst Crawler.
I mean, that's the thing about game balance. It's once you get to this point where there's like X amount of armies, it's really hard to balance. Like, it's impossible to balance it for everyone. Because, I mean, there's, like, if you diversify your armies to the point where one specializes in doing this, one specializes in doing this, etc., etc., it's going to be imbalanced. In some sense, like, some armies will excel against different armies, different setups, and some armies will excel in other situations. You won't have one army that's better than everyone else at everything, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine that if you can get into close combat with the Tau, they just kind of fall to pieces.
Yeah, because I've still got in my army anyway, like Typhus and his bodyguards that will come down, shoot their psychic powers at Tau. They've got absolutely nothing to stop it. So if I can kill a unit of Pathfinders or Fire Warriors just with psychic abilities, that's great. And then charge into a Hammerhead with both units. I mean, the Hammerhead's going to be hitting on 6s. And if one does hit, yeah, it's going to kill Typhus. But then when the bodyguard rushes in afterwards, they're not going to be able to make a second Overwatch. And those scythes will tear a Hammerhead apart.
So yeah, I mean, like, everything sounds OP on paper, generally.
Yeah.
But like once you get into actual situations, there's lots of ways to counter things. There's lots of ways of mitigating things, whatever. And
yeah,
like I said, game balance is so hard to do once it gets to this kind of level where there's so many different variables to account for. Because you will have armies that are weak against you, and they'll feel, like, oh, this is unfair. But then again, they're probably very strong against other certain matchups. And
yeah,
that's the thing, you can't really balance it for everything. If you want balance for everything, you get 2 factions, and they are exactly the same. Or 1 faction that's exactly the same, and that's all you can play. That's perfectly balanced, probably. Or easier to balance.
Even Space Marines and stuff like that, with all the different chapters, they've got sub-faction rules and stuff that basically changes the balance between Space Marines.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing that you can really do for balance. And you don't, in a game like this, you don't really want balance. Not like in the traditional sense of, this army and this army are equally matched. Because that would kind of be boring at some point or another. If you know what I mean. Because, if it's perfectly balanced, like I said, it's just going to be a mirror match. You have 2 armies or 1 army that's exactly the same, and that's all you can play. And that's boring. You want things that have different flares, different abilities.
But in that sense, though, if you're looking at the 2 armies that are exactly the same, it then comes down to the player's skill on how they use them as to determining who's going to win. And that's kind of like what I've said to a few people about how current 9th edition of 40k is. Yeah, there's a ton of rules, and the armies have become slightly more complicated than what they used to be. But now it does bring things down a lot to the skill of the players. Like I think Games Workshop did something with, no, maybe it wasn't Games Workshop, but I did see it somewhere where like a Drukhari player who they've obviously had like 3 or 4 nerfs since their book dropped to try and bring them into line with the rest of the codexes, and this player's just continued to play as Drukhari. They've never switched off. I mean, it helps that they've still got like a 60% win rate at tournaments. But it's down to like the players adapting to the nerfs rather than just going, I can't play my favorite unit anymore. I'm selling my army.
That's the thing. Like, you just have to adapt to what happens. And going back to what you were talking about with the 6 monthly updates, it's kind of what people have been asking for a long time. Because, when December rolls around, you have like so many Facebook posts and Reddit posts and whatever about like, when are the new points coming out? When's the new handbook coming out? When's this, that, and the other coming out? And people are complaining about it because they feel like, oh, okay, so the game's stagnant, or they want change, or they want something to shake things up. And it sounds like that's what GW's wanting to do. And that's exactly what people have been wanting.
For me, though, it's just when when you have like the FAQs all the time, or different new rules coming out, and so many different stuff, I just can't keep up personally. So I get where people obviously want this for sure, and obviously and are fully into it. And I mean, don't think I am too, but not to the level of reading all the FAQs, understanding every letter of the law kind of stuff. I mean, I think we get by with like the rules pretty much pretty sound. But if they got updated like every 6 months or something like that, then I'm like, oh, okay, what else do I need to learn about this game?
I mean, what would be better, and what would probably be more ideal for the entire player base, is when 9th edition came out, everybody got their codexes at the same time, and then they could start balancing them out. Because the way that things are at the minute, something new comes out, then they realize, oh, this is too overpowered. Let's pull this back. And then something else comes out. It's like, oh, well, this is now too underpowered because this is overpowered. So we need to balance that out. Get all the codexes out there, receive all the data, balance it based on that. Don't just, but it's like, it's just tiny little drip feeds. And then you've got people who are frustrated. 2 years after the release of 9th edition, they've still not got a codex.
That's the problem with the business model. They are doing it very drip style, like, like weekly updates, weekly pre-orders, weekly whatever. They don't have to do it that way because I'm fairly sure they have all their, all the stuff that they want to put out way ahead of schedule. It's just a matter of how quickly they want to get it out there and to have consistent sales, consistent hype, consistent whatever. They like doing this dripping style where they're just like, next that's coming out.
Like when the Grey Knights came out, the person who painted the special character that was in that, what was it, the Grey Knights versus Thousand Suns, the guy with the fancy sword or whatever the hell it was, they had painted that at least a year and a half before it was released.
Yeah.
So they know full well what models are coming out, and they could be playtesting them, but there's so many rules, and the rule books come out written in poor ways that things are unbalanced. Like, it really, really annoyed me when two things as well, where there was issues with the books that caused models to basically either be, one, overpowered, and two, unusable. So in the Sisters of Battle codex, the battle suits had the ability to reduce damage of wounds by 1, but it didn't have the stipulation that they couldn't be reduced below 1. So any damage 1 weapons that targeted these battle suits did 0 damage. And in the Cruel Boys, in the Orruk Warclans thing, the Marsh Crawler Slogoth didn't have the Cruel Boys keyword, and for ages people were like, hang on, is this a typo? Is it? Because you couldn't use it in a Cruel Boys army because it didn't have the Cruel Boys keyword. So you could only use it in either like a Gloomspite Gits army allied in, or you had to use a Big War to use it. And they were like, what is the point in this? Then immediately in the first FAQ, it said, oh, include the Cruel Boys thing. It's like, how did you miss that?
That's a good question. It's not like a minor thing to miss out, is it?
It's a brand new Cruel Boys model. How did you miss the Cruel Boys keyword off it in a release for a book?
Quality assurance.
And similarly with the Sisters of Battle, that got errated to say to a minimum of 1. But until that errata came out, no damage 1 weapons could harm them.
Yeah, I think, I mean, some of the rules are blatantly obvious in terms of, they got it wrong. But then it's just who the opponent is and whether they agree, or whether they just want to stick to, I'll say, the letter of the law kind of thing, or just do, common sense approach.
Yeah. Because it could be argued, by the way, that the codex does not stipulate that you cannot do that it cannot be reduced to 0.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's why it winds me up from time to time as well. I get that in terms of, like when you get a book and then shortly after they do like an FAQ in it saying, oh, this is wrong, this needs updating. But I'm like, dear Lord, how long have you been working on it for? Just get it right.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, consider being a new player who's never played 40k before, never played any other Warhammer game or anything, comes into Games Workshop and decides, oh, I want to play AdMech, and then gets the AdMech Codex, and then, tries to come in and plays their first game, but then is reminded by either the person who's playing or maybe even gets put off wanting to play them by being told before they even buy the codex, oh, you need to go and get all of these FAQs from the website because they've changed the points, they've changed the rules, they've done errata on this. So it's like that book, as soon as you buy it, is unusable,
outdated
without the FAQs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it almost makes me wonder why they don't just put free point updates online or something for you to find, and then just don't include points in the codexes.
Yeah.
Would be helpful that way.
Because
it's something that's updated so quickly that they really shouldn't put it into a printed version.
Yeah, they know for a fact from everything that they've done over the past year or 2 years that points updates change all the time. And even now, from the Death Guard one that came out in January last year, there's been 2 point updates since. So the points in that book are useless.
Well, speaking of books as well, it's like even with the Lumineth, when they obviously got the book come out, and then like, what was it, 6 months later or something, they got another book come out.
Don't even talk to me about that. I was so annoyed about that.
Yeah. No, that's not good.
Because, oh look, I've got a really nice, amazing special edition version of the Codex that's inside. They knew when those boxes were hitting the shelves that 6 months or 7 months later, however long it was, there was going to be another book coming out with an entire separate range of models.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just? I don't know why they didn't just leave it at get the tech list Broken Realms thing, and then they've sold 2 books, rather than somebody wanting the tech list book and then also having to buy an extra codex as well.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I've just kept it at. I've bought the tech list book and I've got the original codex. I've not bought the new one because I know probably by the time that I've painted my models and I've got my Lumineth army right, the Tyrian side of the army is going to be coming out with another book.
It's very true. Alejandro, if my favorite unit suddenly becomes trash in a game, I don't cry and sell my army. What I do is double down on them and buy another kit of them and get curve stomps, but happy. You loser, mate. You need to sell them. You need to burn them with a match.
Chase the meta. It's the only way.
No, exactly that. You just play. Well, you know full well. Like by now, I've probably said it a billion times. Like, but me and Matt are very much just. We just have fun. We're not really
low level plebs. We are.
Yeah, yeah. We're not ultra competitive by any means. But obviously we both want to win, of course. That goes without saying. But the main thing is just playing what you enjoy as well. So.
Well, the announcement of the of how quickly they're going to be changing the like the seasons and stuff like that. I've kind of decided that a few of the armies that I've got for 40k I'm going to sell, not because of points changes or anything like that, but because of the number of armies that I've got. I can't afford to keep buying new books for things, so I'm going to just be leaving it at Necron's Space Marine, well, Necron's Imperial Fist and Death Guard.
Yeah.
I need to now sell like all of my Chaos Space Marines, my Chaos Knights, my Chaos Demons and stuff, because I just can't afford to have all those armies anymore.
Yep. Exactly that. Well, yeah. I mean, it's just... Matt, you'll get there, if not already. Hence, you're paying up a brand new army right now.
I'm not doing too bad. I think I've gotten
You got
most of the base colors done. But
Yeah,
yeah, like army wise, I have 2, 3. This is my 4th, I suppose.
Yeah. You don't know if okay, Stormcast. You got Khorne. You've got Vampire Count.
Oh, be right back.
Oh, Vampire Count, whatever they're called now. And then
Soulblight.
Soulblight, there you go. And then you got Zinch, right? Matt? Is he coughing his guts out? Or... I think he's got on mute.
I think he might have got on mute.
Yeah, but I think they're the 4 armies he's got. But I know his Zinch aren't assembled yet.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Orruk War Clans, but that's technically like 3 armies.
3, yeah. And you have got a large army of those, haven't you?
Yeah. So I think if we include all the sub-factions of the Orruk War Clans as separate armies, I've got Bone Splitters, Cruel Boys, Iron Jaws, Gloomspite, Slaves to Darkness, Chaos Demons. It's still under Slaves to Darkness because it's the Firstborn Prince sub-faction with Be'lakor, but with a bunch of other Chaos Demons in there. I've got a very small Caradron Overlord one. I've got Nighthaunt, Stormcast, and Lumineth.
Yeah, so you got a fair bit. I think.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Including ones which are basically historic as well, and obviously that I've not yet painted. So I've got I've Skaven, which I'm obviously looking to sell. I've got Sylvaneth, Ideneth, Ogres, Nighthaunt, Stormcast, Dwarfs, Wood Elves, Dark Elves.
You got all the elves but Lumineth.
Yeah, pretty much. And then 40k stuff. I did a massive cleanse and sold it all. This was like 10 years ago. And then obviously I've got now with me, I've got the starter set. But whether 40k as like a full-on blown army, I don't know. I just want to try out Kill Team, see if it tickles my fancy, and then if it does, great stuff, because I like the idea of shrinking it down a bit, the army size and stuff, and just fully focus on like converting a few, like 5 models or something of Space Marines, just make them pretty cool.
A bit more narrative and a bit more interesting. Yeah. Like you say, when you're kit bashing or something, you can give the individual models a little bit more personality.
That's it. And for Kill Team as well, I want to do the Imperial Guard, or whatever they're called these days, but full well what it's going to be, don't you? It's going to be from Alien. All the heads. Oh man, it's going to be so damn good.
Well, you've already got the 3 miniatures which are based on action heroes. You've got Sergeant Ripper, who's based on Vasquez. Sly Marbo, who's based on Stallone.
Rambo.
Yeah. And then I can't remember what he is. He's another sergeant who's based on Dylan from Predator.
All right, okay. Oh, yeah, that's it. It's just even like the new Cadian box set as well. The ones with obviously the heads and all that jazz. But the variety now is so damn good.
Mm.
So I'd love to just paint those guys up as well. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so it's just like having a few squads, and then that'd be pretty cool.
You want to get a squad of like the old metal Catachan jungle fighters?
Yeah. Oh,
they're so small compared to like the rest of it. Let me show you. I've got a bunch of metal Space Marine Scouts from 1998, I think.
Right, okay.
And I'll show you the size difference between them and Primaris.
Yeah, go for it. Let's catch up with chat. So it's one of the reasons why I came up with my own Space Marine chapter. I run them as Imperial Fist, but can always run them as any chapter if I fancy a change. Yeah, true. True that.
There you go. There's the difference between a Space Marines metal scout and a plastic Primaris.
Hell.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
Bit of a change.
Yeah, these are supposed to be Space Marines.
I remember those. Back in my day, Alejandro, a couple of months ago, one of my friends had just bought his Thousand Suns, and we had started a campaign with the rule that no named characters were allowed, and no, is it Araman, I think his name is, from the Thousand Sun guy. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say no named characters. I don't think it's been such a long time since I've ever used a named character.
I think Typhus is the only one that I use in my Death Guard. And I only use him over another Lord of Contagion purely because he has better psychic powers. And he also has like an ability when he gets within combat, he can do mortal wounds as well.
Oh, there you go.
His mortal wound output is pretty high compared to the other Lord of Contagions.
Pardon me. Well, guys, don't know about you, but
I think we're caught quits.
Looking to wrap up. Pardon me. So I'll do a quick finisheroo, and then we'll scoop. But I'd like to say, obviously, thank you all for joining us tonight, and for those who are going to watch afterwards as well. Don't forget, as always, if you can drop a like, a comment as well, that would be awesome. It just obviously helps with the algorithm on YouTube and all that jazz. Also, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and thank you all for joining. And Sarah, Matt, as always, a pleasure.
Wish I could say the same.
Oh, no, man. I was going to curse, but I retreated.
It's going to be photoshopping you out of these images now.
That's exactly what I want.
All right, nice one. All right, take care, chat. Bye.
Good night.